20-yard line.
So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things starting to get interesting in this final weekend before Thanksgiving.
An abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter three. It'll be the Broncos getting the football first in this second half as they trail, and we are back underway. And you combine a big leg with a mile-high air, there's the outcome. This will sail out of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively, just not able to get anything going. So what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and
the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. And not a blitzer, but still able to get there from a strong safety position.
Yeah, I think that was a great example of what they call football IQ. Recognizing he was open, had a chance, and went ahead and got to the quarterback.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Locke going to hand it off here to Gordon. Despite a little power on the move, still tackled shy of the 20. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on third down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems... accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chase someone at the second level.
And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. That'll bring up fourth down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that.
They dialed up the screen pass on third down, and for a second, it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a first down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
It'll be a net of 39, 41-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. So here are the Saints to take over. They've got the lead right now, and last week they were able to defeat the Atlanta Falcons here as they try to make it 2 victories in a row. Winston and the Saints now with a 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. On play action, Winston looking here for Smith downfield. And some room to work. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
Winston's pass.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
They'll try and get the ground game going. Here's Gordon. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And did he get in? No. Down at the 1-yard line. Big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
3-yard line.
2nd down and goal. Locke. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Cortland Sutton with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the football game.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor, in effect.
All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Harris on the return. The Saints take over 1st and 10. At their own.
A look at Jameis Winston now as he gears up to lead this offense again. And it was his interception on the last drive that wound up leading to a game-tying touchdown.
And somehow you can make this a positive, though. You know why? Game tied now. So you're not protecting a lead. So you're not playing that way. You got to go get the lead again. So maybe it loosens him up a little bit and allows him to go ahead and be a little more free in his play.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 26-yard line.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Winston. Harris has it over the middle. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big gainer there on the catch and run. 37 yards.
The timing was absolutely true as he caught it working across the field. Plenty of space for him to roam. But notice how he keeps his head on a swivel, looking for defenders who may crop up out of nowhere. That turned into a big play.
On 1st down, this is Adams. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. On 2nd and 11 now. Winston, that'll be complete to Cook. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 17 there and a New Orleans 1st down.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a 1st down.
A 10th carry for Kamara. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
And that's exactly what you want on a 1st down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
On 2nd down, it's Adams. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown.
New Orleans.
Josh Adams, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Saints have moved out in front. He had the option to hand that football off. I think it's safe to say that he made the right decision. That was a heck of a run.
It certainly was, and when you mentioned the option, most people think the quarterback's not going to keep the ball. You know, in the NFL, that's usually not the recipe for being around too long. So when you do keep it, it often surprises the heck out of a defense.
Lutz good on the extra point, and that makes it a 17-10 score. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25 yards.
And Denver getting set to take the field. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back. It's time for them to be good teammates right here. What I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Makes it 3rd and 2.
They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Welcome back now to Denver. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 2. They run it here with Gordon. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much for the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Yeah, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now, as you noted.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's the linebacker, Alex Anzalone, and they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Not much there, only a yard.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and
38-yard line, 2nd and 9. Working out of the gun, Winston. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Good contain, no gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down. First down would have been nice, but now you get to kick the field goal, still go up 2 scores.
They tried to get it, though, didn't they? Threw the pass, got the completion just short of the first down. But you're exactly right. Run the field goal unit out there. Kick it. Put it through the post. Go up 2 scores.
It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. Denver's offense ready to go again. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Block working out of the gun. That's caught over the middle by Fan. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 16 yards, a 1st down.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Locke. Able to get this to Gordon. Locke 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Locke's throw caught by Sutton and able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Finding the open man, and that's Tim Patrick. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
And a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry? Ball gets tipped in the air. Because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
Not too many more ideal situations at 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They come up on a 1st and goal with this game still hanging in the balance. Oh, how about this on 1st and goal? And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal. And the pass is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Jerry Jeudy, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the football game. Well, the hard part's done. Now they just need to split the posts, tie it up, but then their defense is going to have to hold up to send it to overtime.
Yeah, no matter what. I know there's an inclination in it when you have momentum to go for 2 here, but if you miss it, you don't give your defense a chance at all.
Plus, it's been a good game. I want to see overtime. I'm selfish.
You obviously don't have a flight to catch.
Tomorrow. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23.
The Saints take over 1st and 10. At their own.
Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here. They, of course, tie game, would like to avoid overtime if they could.
And a lot of people would go ahead and play it safe here and get to overtime and try and win it there. But, you know, sitting up here in the booth,
take some gambles.
I say let's go for this thing, try and push it, and maybe catch the defense back on their heels a bit.
See if they do that. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. The catch and run, good for 18 and a 1st down.
And partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. It's a give to Adams out of the shotgun. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a 1st down.
A gain of 1 yard. 1st down, Saints.
They'll run it here with Adams. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Now Adams. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans. Number 2. as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on third down. Now Winston. And this one incomplete. So the clock stopped now with 20 seconds remaining. He was unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
It makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is it just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. Alvin Kamara unable to push past that yellow line. And the Broncos will take over on downs. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They'd like to avoid overtime here, so maybe they can work the sidelines, but then defensively, how do they adjust to that if they do work the sideline?
It's the old leverage game. And we usually talk about leverage at the line of scrimmage, right? Who's going to win with the low blocking and everything that goes along with that. But in this case, you're trying as a defender to leverage them towards the middle of the field, not let them get to the sidelines and try and tackle them inbounds in order to run the clock out.
Chess match here late. And he's taken down here by the Saints. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. So third and long now for Locke and the Broncos following the sack. Now Locke. Incomplete. Both players were there offensively and defensively, but it falls incomplete.
It's fourth down.
Tie game, fourth quarter, and they're going for this thing on fourth down. They'll go for it. It's Locke. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. And no, it's incomplete. So 4 quarters wasn't enough, and we are off to overtime. Don't change that dial. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a...
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. On the return, Deontay Harris. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
The Saints take over first and 10. At their own.
The New Orleans offense set to take over. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. So from the 36 now, first and 10. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
7-yard line.
On 2nd and 9, Winston. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. Opening drive of overtime, and now facing a 3rd down and 6. Big play coming up. Jameis to throw it. And brought in by the tight end Cook. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
3rd and long for Winston. And Cook has it, left side. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49.
Lead to Jared Cook.
How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first. So he hooked up with a veteran there, and in overtime, that's not a bad idea. Go with the age and the experience.
Yeah, because sometimes the young guys, they give you the fresh legs and give you all that bounce. But in this type of a situation, sometimes those legs slow down a little bit as the enormity of the moment overwhelms them. The veteran guys, they tend to come through.
On 1st down, Adams. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. They go with the ground game, pick up the first, now in plus territory.
And that changes the whole mentality of a play caller, doesn't it? Once they cross the 50, they feel like they're in the strike zone. All right, you don't have to be in the red zone to take those big shots downfield or go after the end zone. Right now, that might be available to him.
And now this first drive in OT continues. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line.
He was brought down by Alex.
Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
2nd and 8. From the shotgun, it's Winston. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. That one good for 37 yards.
1st and goal.
I think we all understand his disappointment. Didn't quite get to the end zone, and you know it's just got to be tough to see a yard line underneath you after a play like that. Still, all in all, a huge play, and now they're set up 1st and goal at the 1.
And this will be caught. Touchdown. They needed overtime to get it done, but put this one in the win column.
Touchdown, New Orleans.
Partner, a great game that we got to see, and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, tried to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters, what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we got the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So for the Saints, they just keep on rolling as they move to 9-2 with a win here. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Atlanta to take on.
Kick it and go. Kick it and go. With a stiff arm,